Chicago and the Philippines. A comprehensive review of the week's special community events, featuring many exciting personalities, handled by the most professional Chicago Philippine Reports TV staff.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Chicago Philippine Reports TV, still the #1 Filipino show in the Midwest. I'm Girly Pascual. Welcome to our show. Today we have all the top stories from the Philippines. We also have what's happening in our own Filipino-American community of Chicago. We have interesting interviews led by our very own executive producer, Miss Veronica Layton. We have Bridget Cotero Carino. All these are coming up and more afterward from our sponsors. Please stay with us.
Yan! Dito na! Perfect!
I, Sherwin Gatchalian,
having been elected to the position of Senate President,
having been elected to the position of Senate President,
do hereby
Senator Sherwin Gatchalian is formally elected Senate President. He is the fourth Senate President of the 20th Congress in just a year. Senator Vicente Soto III is Senate President pro tempore. Senator Miguel Zubiri is Senate Majority Leader. All these made possible during a special session of Congress, where Senator Joel Villanueva joined the new majority to become the 13th vote and solidify Gatchalian's leadership.
Work. Brothers, end of the day.
The Gatchalian bloc credits the crucial role of Senators Villanueva and Francis Escudero in ending a leadership deadlock. They say there was no quid pro quo.
Senator Chis Escudero and Senator Joel Villanueva corresponding to their higher calling for this chamber, our beloved institution known as the Philippine Senate, higher than their friendships, their affiliations, and every individual member of this body, even higher than themselves.
Kasi the institution was damaged. So, sa tingin ko si Sen Joel, the former Senate President, the former Majority Leader, siyempre, iba yung love din for the institution kasi naglingkod sila as leaders.
The Senate also finalized committee chairmanships. Senator Erwin Tulfo was officially named chair of the powerful Blue Ribbon Panel. He will also lead the committees on energy and social justice. Senator Francis Pangilinan was elected chair of the committees on constitutional amendments, justice, and agriculture. Senator Bam Aquino is again head of the Committee on Basic Education, and Zubiri head of the Rules Committee. The chamber also elected Lacson, Zubiri, Villanueva, Ontiveros, Soto, Rafi, Tulfo, and Ejercito as members of the Commission on Appointments. In a statement, Malacanang acknowledged the formal election of Senator Gatchalian as Senate President. Lacson, meantime, announced that the majority picked Escudero to preside over the impeachment trial of Vice President Sara Duterte.
Para lang maging smooth. Kasi alam nyo, pag ikaw nagpipreside, kailangan talaga meron kang hindi basic knowledge sa law. Yung rules of court, evidence. Kasi once na merong mag-motion either from the prosecution or defense, merong pagkakataon na kailangan mag-rule ka immediately, di ba?
Yes, sir.
Sustained, overruled. Hindi naman pwedeng kada motion ibabalik ka sa body.
An analyst believes appointing a different presiding officer other than the Senate President will be beneficial for the upper chamber.
It might present an opportunity for the Senate to streamline its processes in the sense that it will be able to conduct and do its normal legislative work while an impeachment trial is ongoing to be presided by a different officer.
Okay, sir. Though absent during the special session on Wednesday morning, Senator Rodante Marcoleta appeared at the session hall just in time to participate in the Commission on Appointments deliberation. He shook the hands of newly elected Senate President Sherwin Gatchalian, of Majority Floor Leader Juan Miguel Zubiri, and Senator Rafi Tulfo. Marcoleta said he was there to fulfill his constitutional duty. Senator Joel Villanueva later on approached Marcoleta and talked to him. Villanueva was a former member of the Cayetano bloc but jumped ship to Gatchalian's bloc, giving them the needed 13 votes to be able to elect the Senate President. Villanueva said work was his consideration in attending the special session.
We wanted to work, so that's what we've been doing. I mean, you have seen how I work today. I'm almost on the floor or at the podium most of the time, the entire day.
Villanueva said he has spoken with former Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano and assured that they are okay. Senator Erwin Tulfo, meanwhile, expressed relief that Villanueva joined them. He asserts they did not make any deal with Villanueva.
Si Senator JB, kagabi sabi niya gano'n kakausapin niya. So it was last night yata, Senator Joel made the decision.
Last night lang?
Parang, kasi kinausap pa niya siya, nag-heart-to-heart talk yata sila ni Senator Alan. Naman, anong i-offer namin? Siguro committee. I don't know kung anong committee. Pero other than that, kung other matters, I mean legal, wala naman kaming capability, wala kaming dapat nakausapin si Ombudsman, di ba?
Other members of the Cayetano bloc, Senators Amy Marcos, Loren Legarda, and Bongo also attended the Commission on Appointments deliberation. Marcos says she just wants to work.
Every day is a fresh start, and we welcome, recognize, and congratulate the new leadership who are dear friends, who are competent public servants, and we in the minority, because I remain to be in the minority, will collaborate for the good of the Filipino people.
Senator Pia Cayetano also came to the afternoon session. Asked if she supports the new leadership, this was her reply.
May 13, di ba? Common sense, di ba? What's in the rules?
Yes.
What's in the Constitution? When you have 13, yun lang. So pag hindi sumunod sa rules, doon lang naman kami may problema. Pero pag sumunod sa Constitution at sa rules, there's no problem. That's just how it is.
Thank you. Senator Camille Villar was also present in the afternoon session but did not give an interview. While the leadership row has finally been put to rest, the minority bloc is still waiting for the decision of the Supreme Court on its petition seeking to declare as null and void the June 3 session where Gatchalian was elected as Senate President pro tempore due to the supposed lack of quorum.
Yan ang kalutasan ng Korte Suprema. Kasi ang aming tinatanong hindi naman yung today. Alam mo naman yun, di ba? Yung nangyari na reorganization noong June 3 na walang 13. Pero ngayon, inayos nila.
In a manifestation, the new minority bloc, through Legarda, said they chose Senator Alan Cayetano as minority leader. Cayetano did not show up during the special session.
The first session in the first special session of the 20th Congress on the part of the Senate is hereby adjourned sine die.
Maraming salamat. Mabuhay po ang Senado.
Yan! Dito na! Perfect!
In times of economic uncertainty and chaos, your money means nothing. You may not even be able to get it from your bank or ATM. And the money you do have in the stock market will go down and down and down. It's happened during every economic cycle, and it will happen again. What you can bank on is gold and silver. Gold and silver have been a reliable and trusted form of currency for thousands of years. Gold and silver have never been worth zero, and typically gold holds its value and sometimes grows during economic turmoil. Call the Gold Hotline now and learn how to protect your money and your assets with gold and silver. And learn how to set up a new IRA or roll over your current one into a gold-backed IRA. Protect your money from the next market crash with gold and silver. Call now for your free gold guide.
Do you need to get your hands on some extra money right now? Maybe $25,000 or more? If you're a homeowner, now is the perfect time to get cash out. While homes in many neighborhoods like yours have gone up in value, you can use the money for anything. It's yours. You can buy an investment property, pay for college, pay off higher interest debt, or make home improvements. A cash out refinance is the perfect solution to get the cash you need. If you need $25,000, $50,000, or even $100,000, now's the time. Home values are up, and so is your equity. We offer you a way to use it. No need to sell your home or use your savings. Call New American Funding now and speak to a cash out refi specialist and see how much cash out you can get.
Call New American Funding at 855-332-3929. That's 855-332-3929. Call 855-332-3929.
Via Times, vital news, vibrant views for the Filipino Asian communities in Chicago. Via Times for your most interesting and exciting reading and your party coverages. Via Times has very interesting columnists. You name it, Via Times has it. Law, Filipino news, dentistry, immigration, humor, serious opinions, health, beauty, mysticism, Bata Corner, showbiz, and intelligently written editorials. Call Via Times at 773-866-0811.
Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat and welcome to Veronica's segment of the show today. The week of Father's Day, I've invited the popular Pastor Nancy Abiera, who is also a Via Times columnist. And you've seen her before. Her face is very familiar. She has been my guest in this show. And welcome to our show, Pastor Nancy Abiera. Happy Father's Day.
Thank you, Miss Gorgeous Veronica Leeton. Lights on. I always call you lights on.
Father's Day on this Sunday show. Okay.
Yes.
All right. I know you've been very busy because of your new church. Yeah, but we'll talk about it later. And as a very respected pastor in our community, can you please say something about Father's Day?
Well, Father's Day brings me both joy and a little sadness because I remember my father. Even though he had passed away many years ago, when I remember him, there's still that thing in my heart that misses him. That's how much I loved him. And I still miss him after even 46 years because he died in 1980. But the assurance that I got was when I was praying one day, I said to the Lord, Lord, I miss my father. And the Lord told me, well, I am your heavenly Father. Whatever he cannot do, I can do.
Great. All right. Okay. I guess you were the daddy's girl when you were growing up, huh? And because I've heard you recalling some real nice experiences when he was still alive. And can you please mention some of those instances with your father?
Well, one thing I noticed, like, when my father would show up in a gathering, everybody would just say, "Oh, there's Mang David." I mean, and everybody would just smile. It's like everybody's like joyful and happy to see him, and I'm like, I wanted to be like my dad, like that people love him. It's like there is that presence, and even though he's kind of short, dark, and not too handsome, he emits a different presence. He lights up the room pretty much. That's what I would describe him.
Being a daddy's girl, of course, you got lots of memories about him.
Oh yes, he loves on a Saturday morning and afternoon. He would do something to fix the house. In fact, what I learned from him was, in order for us to save some electricity costs, he would put a mirror outside and reflect the sun inside, so we don't have to turn on the lights.
That's funny. Really, very practical man.
Yeah, and actually sometimes I did that here. Let's just try it.
Great. Wow.
So he was doing solar light already. Solar energy.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. He was ahead of his time.
Yes.
With the solar energy.
He's very creative.
Could have been if he was still alive, a scientist. Right? God,
well, I guess
ahead of his time.
Well, one thing that I remember him always telling me is like, habilidad. You have the ability. So you always look for solutions to the problem rather than focusing on the problem, which to me makes sense. If you focus on the problem, you'll just be, sad and problematic. Whereas when you, find a solution, there's many solutions that's possible. It's an opportunity.
Yes, yes, for sure. Any on this Sunday, today is Sunday, which is today is the day of Father's Day, right? Anything with your husband, of course, the father of your children. Anything big being planned today?
Well, we usually gather together on Father's Day and we just go out and just celebrate because, one of the things that I find similar to Jonathan is the way he fixes things. He's very handyman, just like my father. And
Wow,
and
it's
and
very
it's so
helpful.
yes, and it's so funny because my oldest son Nathan, when he used to be a little kid, he gave a Father's Day card and he said, "To my dad who can fix everything, from your son who breaks anything."
That's cute. That's very cute. All right. Okay. Well, yeah, Nancy's, I want to advise our viewing audience that Nancy's husband is a dentist and a pastor. The same time, he was already interviewed in the show before. Is Dr. Jonathan Abiera, and he's also a pastor like Nancy. Well, who was the first pastor? Was he the first pastor in
No,
the
actually, it was me because he was still pursuing his career in dentistry, but he's always there on my side to support me and encourage me. But it's only after 40 years that he took the leadership because he's kind of semi retired. And we just found out that there's really a generational blessings of our father and our parents and even our grandparents who are serving the church and in the marketplace as well. In fact, both our two boys, Nathan and Jeffrey, are both serving in the church. Nathan and his wife Rose are serving as lay ministers in South Bend, whereas Jeffrey and Ellen, they are both pastors serving here in the Chicago area.
Okay. All right. Do you have any words of wisdom about fatherhood?
Well, I remember it's not really what they tell you or, it's what they display and show you as they live their life. That's the reason why I always say I wanted to be like my father when I grow up, helping people, because he's a very good counselor. If somebody has a problem in the neighborhood, they look for him. Or when our relatives have issues in life, they come to him. In fact, most of my cousins who were kind of rebellious, they live with us. We were like a rehab center.
All right. Okay. Wow.
And we don't even really have a big house, but I don't know, in the Philippines, so long as you have a place there, a space, it's no problem because we only have the dry season and the wet season.
How can you describe your husband as a father to your children?
One thing with my husband, he actually was more involved. Whereas back in the Philippines, most of the fathers are just working and they're so busy with work. But I noticed that Jonathan makes time for his children, taking care of them. And actually, sometimes he's more hands-on than me.
That's funny. Okay. Both you and your husband recently started or established a new church. Um, can you please tell our viewing audience about this new church?
Well, the church is called Point to Him. And basically, it's one of the main projects that we are doing is we're going to provide a healing center for people, not just in the church, but also outside of the church for the healing of the body, soul, and spirit. Because if you really look at it biblically, there's not many doctors back in the biblical times. Jesus just prayed and people got healed. So when we pray, God works. And he actually heals us. He's the great healer. You know, he doesn't make God doesn't make sense because he makes miracles. Healing the sick, you know, even he raised the dead. You know?
So what you're
Most
saying
impos-
is that this new church, which is really known as Point to God,
Mhm.
Point to God, I like the name, is also healing people. It's or not only for not only you guys do religious services, but also you heal people, right? In the church.
Yes, we pray for healing. It's God who heals. We're just basically like a vessel for God to use to bring his healing to others. In fact, I was mentored by a pastor who has a degree in doctoral degree in clinical psychology, psychotherapy, and also a physician. Remember Dr. Alhambra? She mentored me on the physical side of it because you can't really, you know, the body, the soul, and the spirit are all interconnected.
Great, terrific. And
Yes.
well, before we sign off, would you like to invite our viewing audience to visit your church?
Okay, sure. Well, Point to Him meets every Saturday from starting at 11 o'clock. And it's in it's in Zion Christian Church in Des Plaines. Again, the name is Point to Him, point number 2, and then HIM in Des Plaines, Illinois. Or they could just contact either Jonathan, my husband, Pastor Jonathan, or myself. And basically, we're just having a great time experiencing God's presence and also experiencing His love as we share love to one another. In fact, if I may just say this, Dr. Alhambra one time visited our church back in Rockford, and she brought her daughter to or her granddaughter to the church. So the next time that she said, "Hey, we're gonna go to church," and the little girl said, "Lola, are we going to that party church?" Because you know everybody's like so happy and dancing and singing, like it's like a party with Jesus.
Yeah, it's a happy church.
Yes.
Yes. Very
Anyway,
good.
because the joy of the Lord is the source of our strength. And with men, it is impossible, but with God, all things are possible. That's, I would say.
That's true. Truly, truly.
Like when we went to Destin, some people think that we cannot do it. Yes, we can.
For sure, for sure.
And we went to Portugal together.
All right. Very good. Very, very good. Well, Nancy, I thank you for gracing our show today and also wishing you and your family a happy Father's Day. You enjoy the day, the Father's Day today. And
Thank you.
happy Father's Day, Dr. Jonathan Abira.
Happy Father's Day to all of you too that are, you know, fathers. I know it's not easy to be a father, but just be you.
Okay, Nancy. Pastor Nancy, maraming salamat. At maraming salamat din po sa inyong panonood. Ako po si Veronica. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye now!
Do you need to get your hands on some extra money right now? Maybe $25,000 or more? If you're a homeowner, now is a perfect time to get cash out. While homes in many neighborhoods like yours have gone up in value, you can use the money for anything. It's yours. You can buy an investment property, pay for college, pay off higher interest debt, or make home improvements. A cash out refinance is the perfect solution to get the cash you need. If you need $25,000, $50,000, or even $100,000, now's the time. Home values are up, and so is your equity. We offer you a way to use it. No need to sell your home or use your savings. Call New American Funding now and speak to a cash out refi specialist and see how much cash out you can get.
Call New American Funding at 855-332-3929. That's 855-332-3929. Call 855-332-3929.
This is a prayer and a reminder. All we have is now. Anak, umuwi ka na.
Worldwide this morning, growing concern over a growing health crisis.
The World Health Organization has just declared that this is a pandemic.
Hi. I can't hug you. Don't touch me.
Over the last several days, we have seen peaceful demonstrations.
Protests over police brutality continued here in Austin.
Remember when you started going to college? You came home a liberal?
Dad, please.
That's what we do to you guys in school.
All these people that we never met and never will meet because of what had happened to them. It's just too much.
The way that our family communicates is not necessarily, it's not great.
What advice would you give for those of us that are struggling?
Deal with it.
I think the norm for our community has been to just stay silent and keep to your own business.
I could definitely be doing more than I'm doing right now, and I know that others can as well.
What if someone is called from God to be an activist?
I can answer that question.
Shouting revolution, oh wow, breaking each tradition.
You don't believe in the Black Lives Matter movement?
An advocacy group reporting at least 3,800 anti-Asian hate incidents since last March.
I'm kind of conflicted. I'm like, maybe I should move home and be here with them.
I hope that this moment makes you take a step forward and a step together in the right direction.
In order for a subject to not be taboo in our community, there always has to be someone to start that conversation.
Yeah. You speak up for me when I can't speak up for myself. And I've seen you do that for other people.
I see a lot of people who just kind of cut off friends and family, and I don't think I can do that. I love my parents.
This is a symbol of our voices. If you look at your neighbors around you, you will see who stands with you, who stands for you.
At least I know that you can stand up. That's the thing I'm so happy about.
It's more fun in the Philippines.
Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat and welcome to Veronica's segment of this show. Today, we have two very interesting guys and one is really very familiar to many of us. His name is Mr. Jerry Clarito. And Mr. Jerry Clarito is the current president of the Filipino American Council of Greater Chicago. Now many of you know him, and this other guy is Mr. Michael Del Valle. He's an artist, and we'll be talking about his current work and that he did to our community. All right, very good. Welcome to our show,
Thank you. Thank you, Veronica. Thanks for the
Right.
opportunity.
Michael and Jerry. Okay, all right. I invited you guys today to talk about a very beautiful project, which is a mural that will be opening and unveiling on May 13th, I think.
June 13th.
Yes. Oh, June 13th. On
Yes.
June 13th. I'm sorry. I'm still in May because it was my birthday month. and so this is a very exciting for many of us. All right. The artist, Mr. Michael Del Valle, and the president of the Filipino American Council of Greater Chicago, Mr. Jerry Clarito. Welcome to our show. Okay, first thing, Jerry, can you please tell our viewing audience about this mural project?
Okay, so the mural project started last year. So SINAG, the visual artist, Filipino-American artist group, through Larry Leopoldo, was able to get a grant for a mural. Correct me if I'm wrong, Michael.
Yeah, that is correct.
So SINAG approached Rizal Center if they can actually use the eastern side, the east side of the building, right, for their mural project. And the board thought that it would be a wonderful project. And then they presented their idea of what to paint as a mural. And so we had a long conversation. There was a sort of a draft, and the SINAG people, the SINAG artists, thought that it should represent the skyline of Chicago, and then some of the symbols of the Philippines, which includes the symbols which include the jeepney, and then the and then I think the image of Jose Rizal,
Yes.
something like that, right? And then of course there's a lot of discussion, and we thought that the better mural should be representing actually the historical contribution of Filipinos in Chicago, right? Because there's no other place where you can actually see, at least in visual art, contribution of the Filipino Americans, specifically here in Chicago. This is specifically Chicago history, not the Filipino American history nationwide. So I think that's where we had some sort of a long conversation, and then the SINAG artists they changed their draft, and then Michael came up with something like this, which is behind him. That's the mural, and from there, the board had a unanimous decision that it's better to present the historical contribution of the Filipinos. So we were so excited because the funding will be coming from a foundation, and we don't have to actually shell out anything. And then the artist will be given a chance to actually express their own talents. And it's a win-win situation. I would say it's a win-win situation. There is a Filipino-American visual artist group, and they need some visibility too. And then Rizal Center has been there for almost half of a century, and it's not saying something about our community. So we thought those two ideas can actually be put together, and the community will actually benefit from it. The Rizal Center will benefit from it. The visual artists will benefit from it, and the whole community will be actually looking at the mural, saying, "Ah, so this is the Filipino American story, right? Ah, this is the building where most of the activities in the last 50 years have been happening. Ah, there are visual artists who are really talented, and we can actually say that the mural is part of Filipino American artist and community contribution to the mural art of Chicago. As you know, Chicago is very, very popular in presenting murals in different areas of the city. I guess it's too long. Maybe Michael can shorten it.
It's okay, Jerry. You can explain more, and so our viewers can have an understanding of what's this all about. But that was beautiful, and the mural is beautiful. I like it. I really like it. The flags, the kids, the elders, the professionals are really depict the our community. Okay, Michael.
Yes, I
Michael,
think yes. Thank you again for the opportunity to talk about the mural, and then also thank you to Tito Jerry too. It was a great collaboration, among the Sinag artists, and to work with the board from Rizal Center. It's like Tito Jerry said, it was a long process, and we came up with a lot of ideas in the beginning, a lot of iterations of the what we thought the mural would be. And we met quite a bit with the board, getting their feedback, and we also even had a town hall meeting too, to talk more about the mural and what it would look like, and getting kind of like the neighborhood's feedback on it too. And so it's we're really excited with the results that we did last fall, and I know that the community is also very excited. I spent time walking around a couple of weeks, passing out flyers about the dedications, and people are excited about the dedication. They said, "Oh yeah, I seen that mural at the community center," and now they're excited to see to come there and see the dedication and learn more about the community center, which is our goal, is to you know with artwork, with that as kind of like a beacon, kind of like the hook, to bring the community center, to bring the community in, to be aware about our community center and learn more about our Filipino heritage, and our history, especially in that area. A place that I grew up going to before, and then it took me a while back to come back, and I feel like it's, for me personally, coming back full circle to be part of Rizal Center again.
all right, great. And there were about 14.
I believe there was about 14 artists that came together. We started off um, as a small group, talking about what the design would look like, and then we had other volunteers that came up as I was painting it and putting it together. Other volunteers came to help out with the artwork, to help me finish the mural itself. So it was like a month-long project to actually get the mural done.
All right, great. Would you like to mention the names of the other artists, Filipino American artists?
Yeah.
Is-
There's I could bring it up.
You don't have to if you don't remember. But maybe we can mention it in the Bio Times.
Well, I know that that's the one thing I want to make sure that I do in part of the highlight that we're going to be doing at the dedication is to highlight, is to highlight those artists to help us with the work. So that I want to make sure that's done. And like I said, this is a really great team effort among the young artists and also the board members from Rizal Center
And the community.
and the community itself too. Yes.
Yeah. So if I may add, so I forgot to mention that one. Veronica, what we have respected here is the process. The process, that's the reason why it took long, is because we would like to hear the voices of our community people, right? Of the community members. And that we had a town hall meeting to get their input. So this is a process where the artists, the board, and the community participated to come up with this concept. I just would like to highlight that, and thank you, Michael, for bringing that up.
Very good. It's a very good teamwork. The community is involved. All right. Okay. So at the what is in the offing the upcoming mural opening, it will be on May 15. Would you like to invite our viewing audience, Jerry, to attend?
Yeah, so it's June 13th. June 13th, not May. I know you are fixated to your birthday. Happy birthday. Happy belated birthday.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay.
Okay.
Okay. So I will invite from the perspective of the Rizal Center, and then Michael will invite our viewers from the perspective of the artists. From our perspective, it's all about getting the story of the Filipino American contribution in Chicago out there, right? So what we have been informed that that Mike Quigley, the U.S. representative for the 5th District, which the Rizal Center is located, will also be joining us, right? And then the Filipino-American alderwoman will also be joining, right? We invited other elected officials. We really would like to make sure that the elected officials will be able to echo our stories. And I think the whole idea there is we've been here in the U.S. in Chicago for quite a while. So we need more visibility about our contribution. If I will jump into the story behind the mural, you will really see what we highlighted, right? And you know this, Veronica, since you also were involved, you were also involved in the advocacy for the passage of the equity bill for our World War II veterans, right? And you also help us. You also help us advocate for the passage of the Illinois Domestic Workers Bill of Rights. Those are two important historical contribution of our community. And then the other characters in the mural, they really represent Chicago. If you will see on the rightmost part of the mural, are the character represents the early Filipino porters who work at the Pullman Company. And that's very, very important. Meaning, even in the 1930s or early 1900s, Filipinos were already involved in uplifting workers' rights. So I would like to invite the community and the viewers to come out and really have a conversation on our history, on our contribution. So this is a start. As we say it's a point of initiating conversation, but deep conversation, meaningful conversation. It's about people. It's about us. So I invite the community, your viewers, to come out. It's a big celebration because this is again a first time in our community to have a representation of our story as people here, as Filipino Americans here in Chicago. So I gave you 2 points. Elected officials will be coming, right? Number two, the Philippine consulate will also send a representative, right? And then we have some sponsors who will be coming up too. So that's from our perspective. The Rizal Center has been there for quite a while, and the board is solid in supporting this kind of efforts. That really these are things that we should actually highlight in everything that we do. We don't want to forget contributions of our pioneers, and we want the children, the young children, and the new generation to see that there's a story worth telling. So that's the message from the Rizal Center.
Great. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
This is really a very beautiful project and so historical. And yeah, mga kababayan, pumunta po tayo sa June 13, 2026 sa Rizal Center. Okay.
It's I think
Alright.
Michael can give you the details too. It's an hour. How many hours, Michael?
So the details, it starts from 11 o'clock to 4 o'clock afternoon. The dedication actually starts at 12:30 to 2:30. Not only are we going to be celebrating the mural, but we also be highlighting artists too. So they're going to be an art show going on at the same time. But it's also, since this is that weekend, is also we're celebrating Philippine Independence Day, which is on June 12th. We're also gonna have a little exhibit within Rizal Center that talks about Rizal Center, to give the opportunity for the community to know more about who Jose Rizal is. So hopefully they will come out and see that, and also just learn more about the community center and about Jose Rizal.
All right, great. Maraming salamat. At I think we're running out of time. I wish you guys could stay longer, but there will be a follow-up. Maraming salamat at mabuhay ang Pilipinas. Maraming salamat, Michael and Jerry. I will see you later. And maraming salamat din po sa inyong panonood. Ako po si Veronica. Have an enjoyable weekend. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
We would like to welcome all of you to Baladna Jewelry. We have a very big selection of 21 karat gold jewelry imported from the Middle East, from Dubai, Saudi, and Bahrain. And we have a very big selection of diamond. We offer free financing for 6 months, and we have a layaway system which you can leave your stuff for 3 months. We repair gold and we buy old gold. Welcome to Baladna Jewelry.
Salamat po.
Good afternoon. This is Bridget Carino Quater bringing you this week's local news from our community. The Illinois Department of Healthcare and Family Services has awarded new Health Choice Illinois contracts to 6 Medicaid managed care organizations. The new contracts will make significant improvements to the way that the Medicaid program operates by holding the MCOs accountable for how they serve customers by promoting whole person care. The new contracts now require MCOs to improve the integration of physical and behavioral health care with a focus on health-related social needs that drive health outcomes, ensure equitable access to quality care and culturally competent services, pay for value to drive health outcomes, and nurture strong partnerships with providers, community members, MCOs, and other stakeholders. Said HFS Director Elizabeth M. Whitehorn, accountability for health outcomes and collaboration focused on improving patient care are central to our efforts to promote greater transparency and state oversight. Increased resources and a better customer experience are overall keenly reflected, ensured awards for measurable improvements. President Donald Trump reveled in Sunday night's UFC event at the White House, calling it one of the most exciting days in the history of our fabled executive mansion. In the Truth Social post early Monday morning, Trump praised the unprecedented mixed martial arts showcase on the South Lawn, saying the event exceeded expectations despite forecasts of severe weather and delivered a memorable celebration of athleticism and American spectacle. The UFC at the White House last night was incredible, Trump wrote. The weather was scheduled to be horrendous and it turned out to be perfect. A historic moment for the Filipino community. A new Filipino-American museum has officially opened in Las Vegas, Nevada, with a ribbon-cutting ceremony held on Philippine Independence Day. Located at the Boulevard Mall, the museum aims to preserve and celebrate Filipino history, culture, and heritage, while educating future generations about their roots. Hundreds attended the grand opening, including community leaders, elected officials, and members of the Filipino-American community. Organizers say the museum will feature rotating exhibits and serve as a cultural hub for Filipinos and visitors from around the world. The museum is the latest addition to Las Vegas's growing Filipino town, further recognizing the contributions of Filipinos to the city and across the United States. Cook County's Department of Emergency Management and Regional Security and the City of Chicago's Office of Emergency Management and Communications are reviewing damage from severe thunderstorms that occurred between June 10th and June 11th, 2026, and asking that residents who have been impacted by these storms submit an initial damage assessment. Several municipalities in Cook County, including Chicago, experienced power outages, downed power lines, tree emergencies, debris, localized roadway flooding, and structural emergencies due to these storm systems. Immediately after the weather events, regional coordinators visited impacted neighborhoods to assess damages, gather information on community needs, and provide residents and businesses with recovery resources, support, and information. EMRS and OEMC are partnering with the Illinois Emergency Management Agency, Office of Homeland Security, to compile additional information. This supplemental information will help determine if the county, along with partners at OEMC and IEMA, OHS, can pursue any options for additional assistance for residents. The objective of this survey is to help state and local emergency management officials across Illinois identify and gain an understanding of damages that occurred during recent natural disaster activity. The Coalition for Filipino Amerasians called upon the government of the United States and the Philippines to recognize the plight of children left by their American military fathers on the June 14th anniversary of Children's Day celebrations in the USA. Ms. Loida Nicholas Lewis, New York philanthropist and coalition chair, issued the following statement. As we observe Children's Day on June 14th, it is worth reflecting on a group of children whose stories are often overlooked. The Filipino Amerasians, fathered by American servicemen who grew up without the support or presence of their fathers. On July 4th, 1946, the Philippines declared its independence from the United States after the U.S. Congress relinquished the Philippines as its colony. 80 years later, the Philippines remained the steadfast ally of the United States in the Indo-Pacific. With the war in Iran, the United States needs the Philippines more than ever with its 9 military bases, where visiting U.S. military forces can use by reason the Enhanced Defenses Cooperation Agreement. Now more than ever, the United States government should right the wrong that it has festered over the past half-century. The Illinois Gaming Board approved measures to allow the extension of gambling operations at the Chicago and Waukegan temporary casinos, while the permanent Bally's Chicago and American Place casino facilities are under construction. In addition, the IGB shared an update about its ongoing database review of its voluntary self-exclusion program with an announcement about significant enhancements and initiatives forthcoming. The IGB's approval of the extensions of temporary casino operations in Chicago and Waukegan follows provisions in the state's Revenue Omnibus Bill, awaiting the governor's signature. Once the governor signs the bill into law, the board's action to delegate approval authority to the IGB administrator allows the extension request to become effective. The IGB's goal is to expand coverage to the self-exclusion program to address existing gaps through research-driven and data-informed changes and enhancements to help ensure that the program continues to evolve, serve the needs of participants, and best support individuals in their treatment and recovery from problem gambling without undue barriers, said IGB Administrator Marcus D. Fruchter. Among other actions, we are engaged with experts to determine the most viable technical solution to incorporate the self-exclusion program into Illinois video gaming, an agency priority that I have frequently discussed. While we have made no decisions on finalized plans on the technology or implementation methodology, we are committed to achieving this important goal, and we are moving forward. That's all for today. Thank you for watching our news this week. This is Bridget. See you next time.